Welcome to PowerPoints. We are here in Kansas City at Black & Veatch World Headquarters, and joining us now is Alap Shah. Alap is the AVP and Turbine Technology Manager here at Black & Veatch. Alap, thanks so much for joining us today.
Great for this opportunity.
You bet. Alap, you're here to talk about what is perhaps the biggest trend in power generation, and that is this transition to natural gas-fired generation. I think the DOE is forecasting we will be adding more than 6,000 megawatts of new gas-fired generation to the U.S. grid this year alone. So we're seeing a gas boom right now. This isn't the first time we've seen a boom in large supplies of natural gas and low prices. What seems to be the difference between this boom and the boom that occurred years ago back in 2000?
Well, that's a great question, and this time around it's real. It's for real. The Y2K boom was mainly for some making quick buck and not for long term. Whereas this time our clients are looking for a long-term investment and abundant supply of natural gas that we have in this country. It looks very real. Mm-hmm. The other side of this is at that time the demand just came up out of suddenly, and so the OEMs and AEs were caught off guard in terms of providing equipment and services. Whereas this time OEMs are well prepared to provide turbines and other equipment, and services companies like Black & Veatch, they are well prepared for a quality job at that time. So that's the major difference we see.
So it's pretty clear how the market is different from 2000. How has the technology changed since then?
So in 2000 timeframe, our clients had only few choices on the gas turbine side. Either you go with Siemens F-Class or GE F-Class. You can go with E-Class or LM6000. At this point, our clients got many choices. If you want to build a 600 megawatt combined cycle plant, you have probably more than 10 qualified choices at this point of time. So on one side, you have a task up front to select the right technology, but on the other side, you have benefit of varieties of technologies, and that is very useful to client.
Yeah. Alap, can you share some specifics about the different turbine technologies that are available out there on the market right now?
So for, let's say for a typical 600, 700 megawatt combined cycle plant, you can go with G7F.05, G7H.01, G7H.02, Mitsubishi GAC, Mitsubishi J-Class, Mitsubishi JAC. You can go with Siemens F5, Siemens F5, EE, Siemens H-Class. You can go with Alstom GT24. Alstom is coming up with a new model 36. So there are more than 10 technologies that are available in the market for a client to choose from, and which was not available in Y2K timeframe.
Yeah, the list goes on, and the good thing is that all those technologies, they're fast, they're efficient, and they're flexible, and that's really what power producers are looking for. Yeah.
Absolutely. At this point of time, flexible power generation is the name of the game, and the reason for that is our clients are looking for covering a big envelope of uncertainty created by several factors in the industry going on right now. The uncertainty is created by the ambiguity in the energy policies, such as clean power plant, uncertainty around natural gas pricing. Right now we are enjoying lower natural gas pricing, but if LNG exports and fracking, if there are any issues on fracking, then that can change in the next 5 to 10 years. How much renewable will be integrated in the grid? That's another question. Yeah. And lastly, coal-fired plants. How many coal-fired plants would be retired? Yeah. So when you cover all of this, you have a big uncertainty, and our clients are looking to cover all of this uncertainty and making sure that their investment is good for next 20 years. And that's where these different turbine technologies come in handy.
And those are very good points, and that's an excellent segue into my next question. What exactly are your clients looking for in an EPC firm as they explore opportunities to build simple cycle and combined cycle plants?
So the major focus right now is on the flexible power generation. So what does it mean? Flexible means the plant should be able to start quickly, ramp quickly, and a few years ago, if somebody would have said 100 megawatt per minute, well, that's not possible. But right now, it is a reality, and we just built a plant that can do that. And then the other things are emissions compliance. Everybody wants to park a combined cycle plant at a very low load during the off-peak hours.
Yep.
And how do you do that and still meet the emission compliance? And so that's where technology is going to reduce the MECL, which is emission compliance, minimum emission compliance load, and that all OEMs are trying to reduce their MECL to even 30% to 20%.
Yeah.
The other thing is we talked about ramp rate and startup. The efficiency at part load is very important.
Right.
It used to be a focus on base load efficiency, but what our clients are looking for is efficiency which is almost constant throughout the wide range of operation. And then lastly, wide variety of fuel. We have natural gas very cheap, but if next 10 years natural gas price goes up, we can have ethane, which would be cheaper. So a lot of people are talking about how to use non-conventional fuel like ethane in gas turbines.
Alap, but what trends do you see in the existing gas-based power generation fleet?
So most of the combined cycles were built in Y2K boom in North America, and it's about 15 years. And that coincides with the second major overhaul on most of the F-class and gas turbines. What it means is that usually OEMs will require you to change rotor on the gas turbine at second major overhaul, which is a big ticket item. So the idea is that, okay, well, if I'm going to spend a few $1 million on rotor, why won't I upgrade my machine and create more output and better heat rate? And OEMs have standard packages available for upgrades. So this is a unique time in industry where you have many gas turbines reaching to that second major overhaul, and they are thinking about upgrading gas turbines. And Black & Veatch helps our clients to assess the impact of extra output and exhaust energy by these upgrades in the rest of the plant and improve efficiency of the steam cycle in the combined cycle. The other things that we see trend is to improve the flexibility of the plants that were built in Y2K timeframe so that they can participate in ancillary services. Also, we see that they are looking for, some of the simple cycles are being converted to combined cycle, and mainly for the purpose of emissions reduction. And also we see some of the repowering opportunity of the natural gas boilers. Fire boilers, so they are converting that into repower by using gas turbines.
I see. Well, the transition to cleaner burning natural gas fired generation is without question the biggest trend in power generation today, and we really do appreciate your time and insight on this very important topic. Thanks so much for your time.